Hi, this is Rosie from Rozy&Kate.com, and today we're contemplating whether pregnancy fitness equals birth fitness. What we're relating to today is this big explosion in fitness that you can do in pregnancy, and it seems there's all sorts you can do. You can go swimming, you can walk, you can do fitness for pregnancy, which are specific classes that are lower versions of things like aerobics or weight training, kickboxing. There's a lot of things out there you can do, and of course antenatal or prenatal yoga. What's really important to understand is although there are modifications that can be applied to any type of fitness program, any type of activity, at the end of the day, as mothers-to-be, we really want to consider the impact of the exercise regimes we encounter in our pregnancy and what they're going to do to our bodies for the birth and also postnatally. We're not big fans of running in pregnancy, although there are lots of books out there about running safely in pregnancy. It's really important to remember that any kind of exercise you do is going to have an impact on your joints, your muscles, your ligaments and all the connective tissues. The hormone relaxin really softens everything in your body. So yes, it is important to keep toned, and it's also important to watch overstretching, but it's important more than anything to find the balance between the two. Some of us do a lot of exercise and we're really toned, and so we need to undo a little perhaps and find greater balance in our bodies, make sure that there's good alignment, and then hold that in the pregnancy so that when we get to 35 weeks plus we can release down and give birth. Others know that we don't do a lot of exercise, maybe we don't generally have good posture, and if we don't look to create more strength and more tone, we're going to have problems potentially with pelvic pain, we're going to have problems with sciatic pain, backache. These can affect both ends of the scale, the really fit and the really not very fit. So it's worth noting where you are on the spectrum and whether you need to do a little more or a little less. Good prenatal yoga is always going to be good for you. And this will come from a specialised teacher who really has worked hard to understand the difference between normal yoga and prenatal yoga and the impact that this yoga may have on your baby's positioning before birth and also the impact on the birth. Regarding swimming, it's important to try and avoid strong breaststroke legs because that can contribute to pelvic pain and lower back issues. Walking is great. You can walk uphill if you like to. Just try and keep a little tone in your pelvic floor as you walk and don't overly stride. Again, be careful of the shoes you wear, and in general we want to avoid wearing any kind of heel because this will create more of an arch in our lower back, which can contribute to pain. Pregnancy fitness classes, there can be something in it. It can be enjoyable to release endorphins, but again, there's not a lot of thought in general that's gone into how those classes are going to help you to give birth, and the same goes with pregnancy Pilates. These kind of activities can really create too much tone and not teach us enough about, one, connecting to our pregnancy, connecting to our babies, connecting to the journey of a mother, and then also releasing enough to give birth. Some women go and they get away with it and they have fine births. For others, they can overtone their abdominal muscles, their pelvic floor muscles, and this could potentially lead to babies adopting a breech position or a transverse position or not being able to descend into the pelvis. And once they are in the pelvis, the cervix not being able to dilate, or if the cervix has managed to dilate, the baby finding it difficult to move through the birth canal because the pelvic floor muscles are so strong. So the big question is, what do we want from our exercise programs? And more than anything, it's going to be important to release anxieties and any worries and fears we have about birth, about pregnancy, about mothering. You get that from a good class that's going to nurture you, that's going to give you time to talk and consider what you're doing in your life, how you're dealing with the changes in your life, and being able to approach everything from a philosophical perspective that will allow you to enjoy and embrace the prenatal and the mothering journey. Namaste.